What are we gonna do tonight, O.C.G?
Well, the same thing we try to do every night, Bertram. Take over the world. I mean, YouTube. Take over YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, joined once again by my faithful manservant / fucktotem Bertram. Say hello, Bertram.
Hello, Bertram.
And this is my final thoughts for the console version of Song of Horror. And please note, I'm going to be showing gameplay from the final 2 episodes of the game, but not the finale. So if you don't want to have that spoiled for you, then might I suggest ripping your eyes out?
Or they could just close their eyes. Or just listen to this video like a podcast.
Yes, or that. So, moving swiftly on. For those of you who may have watched my original review for Song of Horror, welcome to this, my final thoughts. If you haven't watched my original review, go and watch that first and then return here. Just what the hell were you thinking clicking on this video first? You absolute pillock. Anyway, I have now completed Song of Horror 3 times. And as you might already be aware, the PlayStation 4 version has a game-breaking bug that I am assured the developers are working on as we speak. If not, then my bribe of a buttered scone will be revoked. Basically, this bug happens if you manually save at any point in episode 4, then quit the game. Now, I made this mistake and found that my save files disappeared when I returned to finish the game. So, the only way to fix that particular problem I have found at the moment is to ensure that you do not save at any point during episode 4. Put your PlayStation on rest mode if you have to, but do not bloody manually save. Understood? God. You know, I had to explain that 26 times to my neighbor Carl, and he still didn't understand. Now, in Carl's defense, he is deaf, and I don't know nor care to learn sign language. You see, I thought simply waving my arms frantically and shouting would suffice, but it didn't. So, I thought this might be a nice opportunity to mention some things I omitted in my original review. Something I definitely didn't talk about was the voice acting. Now, it's not terrible, more diabolical. I mean, it's nowhere near as camp as, wow, what a mansion, or what is this, or would you take a look at this, which I think have made me enjoy the voice acting just a little bit more had it been more like that. But then again, not everyone who voice acts in video games is a thespian like me. So I suppose I can't be too critical of the actors. Though I do wish at some point in the game a character could have turned to another character and said, look, it's a weapon. It's really powerful. It's Forrest. He looks like he's been pecked to death by a crow or something. Would you take a look at this? A dining room. Anyway, that's enough of my, Barry Burton impersonations, just in case anyone was wondering what the hell I was doing. Maybe thought I had one too many gins before recording this, which, to clear up the subject, I did. So, moving on. So, what else can I tell you about Song of Horror? Oh yes. In episode 4, there is a puzzle section with a creature I've seen people refer to as Ultros from Final Fantasy VI, but I prefer to call it by its official name, the Cthulhu-looking motherfucker. Now, this was the only section that gave me trouble in my whole playthrough. You basically have to pull switches to move gates and trap the Cthulhu-looking motherfucker, or TCLM, if you will. So, I suggest you do what I did and use a walkthrough. Now, a lot of the big revelations and twists for the game do surface in the final episode and the finale, which again, I am not showing any footage of here. And can I just say that having played probably 568 survival horror games, Song of Horror definitely has one of the better stories. If you enjoy anything written by Edgar Allan Poe, then you are going to love the story in this game. And also, something I noticed in my last playthrough of the game is the sheer amount of references to Silent Hill that are in the game. I won't tell you where they are, but there is even a reference to Silent Hill 4, The Room. So, let's see if you can find it. Now, like I said in my original review, Song of Horror is a true survival horror game, albeit without the clunky combats that you might be used to. Now, this is Resident Evil through the eyes of H.P. Lovecraft. You will pull your pants. Oh yes, there will be poo. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my final thoughts for Song of Horror. And I've just realised I forgot to give you my updated score. Now, as you may remember, if you watched the original review, I scored this game an 8.5. But having now played through the game an additional 2 times in its entirety, I am now upping my score to 9 out of 10. So there you are. I definitely, most definitely, 100% definitely recommend this game. So, if you enjoyed this little additional video of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you've not enjoyed it, well then feel free to give me a thumbs down. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, bell button thingy. Feel free to share the video to everyone you know. But remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Say goodbye, Bertram. Goodbye, Bertram.